Hello, everybody. I am Luciana, the emotional mastery coach. I am a modern day ordained Buddhist priest. And for the last 7 years, I have been teaching women how to master their emotions using mindfulness. Now, in today's video, I want to talk to you about the number 3 most important spiritual red flags. This is something that I encourage anybody that's embarking in a spiritual journey or you're already way in that journey. 3 important things to be aware of so that journey is actually a healthy one. So let's get started. Now, before we begin, if you are choosing to live a more conscious life and you want to learn more about spirituality, meditation, and emotional mastery, I'm going to invite you to subscribe to my channel and to click that little bell button so you can be the first one to get notifications of my new videos. So this is a video that I have been wanting to make for a while. I have been very blessed to come across so many different groups of people that are excited to embark in a spiritual journey, but I have witnessed so many people get lost and lose their ground through their spirituality journey. And that also, on the other side, scares a lot of people because then they begin to believe that there's something wrong with spirituality. So I want to talk about these important red flags. What they mean is that if for whatever reason you're about to start a spiritual journey or embark in that journey of your own, or you are already in it, pay attention if any of this that I'm about to say triggers any emotions, any limitations, any fears, so that way you can use it to grow. So the spiritual red flag number 1. In order to truly allow yourself to be in a genuine long-term spiritual journey that is healthy for you. And that is regardless of what that is. It may be through meditation, it may be through a specific religion, it may be through just your own connection with the divine or your soul or source or whatever it may be for you. It is very important to stay grounded. The true value of spirituality, especially right now, is the awakening into everything that we are. So that means that if I began a spiritual journey as Luciana, which I am a human, it means that I'm going to expand as a human and everything else I can discover of myself. So if I embark in a spiritual journey that pushes me away to deny my human, pushes me in a direction where the basic needs of survival, of well-being, mental, emotional, and physical of my human are not well, then that is a huge red flag. I support grounded spirituality. What does that mean? In order for you to open and have the space to really genuinely embark in a spiritual journey, all of your basic needs need to be met. What does this mean? If I start a spiritual journey where I am invited or pushed to not work, where I cannot pay my bills, where I don't have a roof over my head, where I am told that I should not follow the law of the country that I live in, that is a huge red flag. I believe in connecting with oneness and everything that exists and knowing thyself as one with the Creator and pay taxes and follow the law and choose to have a savings account and choose to support my family. So that is one of the biggest things that I notice is that sometimes people use spirituality to run away from the human experiences that they don't feel capable of dealing with in a specific moment. And that is the exact definition of reinforcing separation. And spirituality pushes us to do the opposite. To, as we grow and connect with everything that we are, we dissolve that separation so we can live as conscious, spiritual, human beings. Because at the moment, that is what we are. So if you find yourself in this situation where it may be because simply that's where you are in your life. Maybe you're having a hard time right now. It could be anything from taking care of your body. You're having a hard time finding a job. You're having a hard time with your human responsibilities. It doesn't mean completely deny spirituality, meditation, religion, prayer, whatever your thing is to connect with something bigger than you. Don't deny it, but use it as a tool to help you first set the ground of you being a more stable and strong and productive human being in society. And even if I know that a lot of the times our society or our government or our structures are not the best, I still believe that while we are doing our part to transform our systems to become better, we should still respect the basic law. That's truly, truly what I believe, because spirituality is not about me. It's not about just one person. It's about the whole. And sometimes through believing that we don't have to be grounded and take care of those responsibilities, we are not supporting the benefit of everything. So that is a big one. So I always say, take care of your basic needs, be good in a mental, emotional, and physical state, and then use your spirituality to continue to grow from there. So that is number one. So the red flag number two is to be very aware if our spiritual journey is affecting our mental health, or if we are using our spiritual journey to run away or deny our mental health issues or even possible help and support we may need to find. So for many of us, we start our spiritual journey in a dark moment in our life. Maybe we are experiencing depression or anxiety or a heartbreak or the loss of a loved one. I know that for me, it was very deep emotional pain that pushed me and opened me into this world of spirituality, meditation, Buddhism, and everything that I do now. So it doesn't mean that that is wrong, but I have come across with many people, especially the younger generations, that go into a very not grounded, like I was saying with red flag number one, spiritual journey where it's not really about what's going on within. It's more about, only like things like numbers. Like if I see 1111 on my watch, it means I shouldn't go to work today. It's a sign, or if I have this crystal, I don't know, like I see it a different color today. It means like there's this dark energy and that means there's something wrong here. It means that my mom or, it's not a good person or something, where they allow certain spiritual concepts that actually have the potential to be good things to affect them because they possibly already had either anxiety or either they're just not that educated in the topic and it begins to affect them. And then I see them later saying that spirituality stuff that we're in was very negative, it's bad, it's wrong. And it scares people from getting to know themselves and connect deeper with themselves because they believe only that kind of limited story. So here, what I always say, and it connects with point number one, is that if you are truly embarking in a spiritual journey or in truly wanting to use spirituality to enhance your life, you won't deny anything else because you will realize that you're human and your patterns and even your unresolved issues are part of your journey. And you will not try to just deny them or just use spiritual concepts to not get support or help. I tell a lot of my students and a lot of my clients that it's very wise to go look for a therapist, to get support, to speak to their loved ones, to search for any kind of help that may need, and embark in a spiritual journey, and practice meditation, and practice emotional integration. It's not one or the other. All of that goes back to the same thing, continuing to affirm separation. And a genuine spiritual journey will always lead you to unity. Now, some people may not have any issues with mental health, or they don't need the support of a therapist because that's not what's going on. So this does not apply to everybody. But I am talking about specific cases where people get lost in spiritual concepts. They're not grounded and they use it to run away or fuel or feed a mental illness. So that is very important. If you are struggling with any kind of mental illness issue or you think you may, I encourage you to look for help and support with somebody that is trained, with somebody that is a professional, and from there, in a very grounded, gentle, compassionate, loving way, tap into whatever it is that you're looking into when it comes to spirituality. So that is the red flag number 2. Now, the last red flag that I want to talk about today is the red flag number 3, which is to never allow any spiritual journey, any spiritual tradition, any spiritual practice to take away your freedom. That is a huge red flag. If you ever meet a group of people, even if it's a religion or anything, where when you join that or begin to study there, they begin to tell you that you cannot study with other people, that it's wrong. They begin to instill in you a lot of emotions that are negative, that are based in fear, that are based in guilt, where they tell you that you shouldn't do certain things in your life, or you shouldn't be the person that you are, or that you shouldn't have, anything, the friends that you have, or whatever. That is a big red flag. When you truly are choosing to live a more spiritual and conscious life, regardless of the tools you use, meditation, different spiritual traditions, different teachers out there, everybody's a tool. Nobody's better than anybody else if we are talking about pure consciousness, if we are talking about the real purpose of why we use these practices, which is to take us back into recognizing ourselves as one, as whatever source, whatever universe, whatever thing you believe in, you are that. And if you are that, every single other human being is as well. And the greatest teachers like Buddha, like Jesus Christ, like Krishna have all taught us the same thing. And that is a big one for me. If you, there's many great teachers out there, and know that somebody teaching you something is like going to college and you have a science teacher. That teacher is teaching you because he learned this material and now he's passing it down to you. That's it. He's not a better or worse human than you. So if you ever come across a spiritual teacher, know that they just know some techniques and they're going to teach you. If they're telling you you should only follow them, if they are telling you that they are better than you, then to me, at least in my perspective, of course, you hold the freedom to not believe this and you can have your own perspective, but that's not a genuine spiritual journey. And you want to be aware of that, because I believe that at the core of the essence of being human beings is that we are free beings, that the Creator, God, whatever you want to call it, granted us the gift of free will. And if we ever encounter anything, this actually does not apply only to spirituality. It can also apply to romantic relationships, to family relationships, to anything. If anybody or anything tries to take away your freedom, red flag. It's so important for you to wake up. And if it's the case, I do want to say that it's okay to learn a meditation and later realize, let's say you go to a teacher and they teach you a meditation, and you later realize like, I don't align with that person anymore. But that meditation that they taught me, that maybe comes from a tradition of hundreds and hundreds of years, is good. You can choose not to study with that teacher anymore, but apply the wisdom that brought you results. That is the type of freedom that I am talking about, because we never want to be dependent on anybody else, and especially in a spiritual journey, to find peace. I truly believe that at the foundation, a spiritual journey is your ability to come back to yourself, to recognize everything that you are, to become the best version of the human that you are, that is unique. We will never find another you. I don't care what you think about yourself. We will never find another you. You are the only one of you, you know? And it's so beautiful for you to choose to become the best version of you. And I find that at the foundation, spirituality should be based in being virtuous people. And virtue to me means whatever you do in life, when you want to ask yourself, is something virtuous or not? The question will always be, is what I'm doing, what I'm thinking, what I'm saying, my actions, are they bringing more joy to the world, to others, including myself, or are they bringing more suffering? And that will guide you to know if you're in a state of virtue. And then if your spirituality allows you to be grounded and to be a participating human in life, and for you to be safe and be supporting of your family, and your spirituality supports a healthy mental state, and your spirituality respects your freedom, then you know you are in a healthy place to continue to move this forward. And I don't know who needed to hear this, but it's been like a red, like ding, ding, ding of film the video, film the video, film the video. And I'm like, okay, I'm finally going to do it. I really believe that there's more red flags, but those are the main three I wanted to kind of put in this video. And as soon as I come up with, like, I sit down and really contemplate if there's anything more important to say, maybe I'll make another video. But for now, this is all that I want to share with you. I would love to hear your experience with this. If you've ever experienced any of these red flags, I would love for you to put it in the comments so I can connect with you and I can read it. If you want to also connect, I would love to follow you or be friends on social media. So you can find me at the Emotional Mastery Coach. Send me a little message. You can just, comment on something and we can go from there. And if you haven't yet joined our monthly mantra challenge, we have a free meditation challenge. Every month I post a new mantra that we learn the meaning of the mantra and we meditate on it to see how it improves our life. So go check it out. There's a new mantra the first Tuesday of every month. So with that said, that is all I have for you. I really hope you have a beautiful, beautiful day, a very healthy spiritual journey, and I will see you soon.